going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another Transformers review, and today is one of my favorite days. It's New Masterpiece Day, and this is Masterpiece Prowl. I don't know his number, I can't think of it offhand. Yep, box is nowhere to be found, so Masterpiece Prowl. Very, very nice looking, really nice looking car mode. Really no complaints here, everything looks really solid. Even down to having the windshield wiper molded and painted on. And the paint apps are pretty darn good. The only thing I think I could complain about are the tail lights, because you can see there's a little bit of unevenness here, and it would have been nice if these were like some kind of transparent plastic, but hey, that adds to the cost. Other than that, everything else looks really good. From underneath, you can see some hands and stuff, but you really can't see that he's too much of a robot, so well done. If you want, I suppose, you can actually kind of separate the legs and make the doors open. They're not really intended to open in vehicle mode, but nonetheless, it's something you can do. The windows stay in place. He comes with a gun, and that's his only accessory, and it has a little handle here that can fold forward like so, or fold up, whichever way you want to display it. If you fold it forward, this lets you peg it into the light bar here, which is not a replica of the one that was on Red Alert. So, yep, different light bar. It's not pegged on as far as I can see. I can't pull it off. So for comparison here, we've got the G1 Prowl. I mean, you can see, I mean, really the new masterpieces aren't huge compared to the originals, but just the level of details and change are pretty great. You'll see some of the missing stickers here. There's no sticker on the front here. Your Autobot logo is moved and things aren't quite right. I actually heard someone complaining about the police logo. Not necessarily this door, but this door, you can see that it's on the front and it was on the back here, and they complained about it. If that bothers you, like, come on, that's pretty silly. I'm sure Repro Labels is going to come out with something to fulfill all your desires for proper sticker placements. But this guy is pretty nice. I really like him. Very few problems. A little bit of a scuffing on the paint here, but really nothing too crazy. For comparison, here is Red Alert. Might as well bring him out here. You can see Red Alert's a little bit wider, definitely smaller, and about the same overall length. So, looks really good together on a shelf if you put them in vehicle mode. And of course, let's not leave out Optimus Prime, who also just looks good with the group. If you are curious, you can of course open up Optimus's trailer here somehow, should fingers allow, and Prowl does fit perfectly inside, no problems there. So, yep, as I figured it would, it works real nice with Optimus Prime. Gosh, I hate the back doors of Optimus Prime here. Mine always feels like it's gonna break at any second. So, let's put Optimus away for now. We'll see him again when we get him to robot mode. So let's get this guy transformed, and the interesting thing about it is he's got kind of an oddly updated G1 transformation, but very cool. So we're going to take these and we're just going to fold them down all the way and split them apart. These are his arms, obviously, and we'll just get them done and out of the way right now. Then what we're going to do next is kind of split the back of the car, and we'll move these doors all the way up. And one thing that I almost always forget about are these little pieces here. So I'm just going to loosen them just to remind myself I've got to do them after. And I'm going to go and concentrate on the feet now. Now the feet are real interesting. Once we have everything loosened up, we should have it separated from the roof. And I'm just going to split the car halves like that. So now what I'm going to do is take these and fold these white pieces all the way open. And then once we have this open, we're going to take, actually what we're going to do right now is plug the camera in because we're low on batteries. Sorry about that. Alright, plugged in. So now what we're gonna do is, once we have everything flipped open like this, you're gonna grab kind of the window here and the bumper of the car, and you're gonna split it out sideways like this and flip this around, and you can see this little white piece that comes with it. Just kind of flip that out of the way, and you can see how now we've exposed this double joint on the leg, so you can actually take that and fold that up and out. And then we'll take this piece and kind of situate it so it looks good like that, and kind of close it back in. You can see how we closed off the trunk to make the toe here. And we'll flip this white piece back up and around, and we'll flip the remainder of the window down, and then flip out this little heel spur like that. So let's do that again for the other side here. Grab the window, kind of shimmy this out like that, let the double joint come out. Now take this and kind of collapse it in on itself, collapse the window down, put the white piece up, and take the foot assembly and bring it all the way out. Now this is backwards. We're going to need to flip this around to the other side, but we'll get there in just a second. So what we're going to do now is take this middle piece here and fold it down like so. And now come back here and take the hood, and you can use your finger like I did to push it apart like that. Once you have this, rotate the everything up so it's out of the way, and you should be able to rotate around his legs so they're facing the proper direction now. Now when it comes to the head, it's very simple. It just rotates up, and there's actually some little tabs here, and there's some little tabs on the top. Now one thing I'm not sure of, if these are supposed to click in, so you push it and then it clicks in together. When I've done that before, that has actually made it really hard to transfer them back to vehicle mode. So I think it's just supposed to catch there, and that's the upper limit. So once we've got that in, we're going to take these pieces and fold them around, and they should fold so they kind of fit into the bottom piece of the head here, like so. So once this is out of the way, we should find that when we rotate these arms up, there shouldn't be anything hindering them when everything closes up. And we can take this black piece and fold it on up. So now we're going to bring this on down, and that's going to compress down here, and this tab is going to go into that slot at the top. And don't force anything. If it doesn't look like it's going to fit right, then something might be out of alignment. I'm pretty sure that my that these window things are kind of out of alignment here. Yeah, so I'm gonna make some more adjustments on these. This is probably the hardest part of this transformation, is making sure all this stuff just kind of fits in completely correct. See, these have to be aligned just perfect, otherwise they're not going to fit in to there. So let me keep adjusting these guys, because something I've done is still not quite right. Almost have it here. There we go. So everything's now just fitting in just correctly enough. And you're going to take this and tab the front of this chest piece in to the top of the car. And it should make a little bit of a click once you get it in there, right? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. That is definitely the toughest part. And now it's just a matter of kind of making everything look real nice here. So we'll raise the shoulders up. I prefer to bring these door wings back a little, and then they do have the built-in upward rotation on them to get a nice angle on them. Notably, what's weird is this one clicks, this one does not. I don't know why that would be, but no big deal. So I like to leave them back like that. We're gonna come back here, fold this piece on in, and then it actually will plug into the top like so. And there we go. We've got Prowl in his robot mode, and he's looking pretty darn good now. Certainly a better end result than his G1 counterpart did. Looking pretty filled out in all areas except for the back of his legs. When you look at him from behind, are a little bit weak looking. But overall, not bad, and I think that this guy is just killer when it comes to his looks. I really like him. If you want to, you can fold this down and fold out his little shoulder cannons, and I always thought that these were more missile-like than these canister type things, but when I went back and looked at the show, it was kind of canister like. So we're going to take these, and to give them a little more definition, you can kind of grab them and pull them on out like so. And then you can see that that's made them a little bit longer. And yeah, if you like them, you have them. If not, there's always the Amazon option, and you can always just leave them not deployed in his backpack there. So let's bring a long side swipe here just for quick size comparison. You can just see how they measure up. Overall, Prowl looks really good. The front end of this car really lends itself to being a very skinny looking vehicle compared to Sideswipe, who ultimately in person isn't horrible. Let's give him his weapon. Fold this down. You can see it's got the tab here, so it's going to fit in his hand like so. And then you will be able to tab it in and then just fold everything closed for a nice firm grip on this gun. And yeah, I really like this guy. Articulation, let's talk about that real quick. Head is on a ball joint, so he can look up a little bit. He has certainly side to side. Fantastic arm articulation just because of all the joints here. The swivel, the double jointed elbow system, the rotating wrist, everything you could want is in those joints. You do have the waist, you do have ball jointed, or at least if it's not ball jointed, it's the 90 and 90 system, which works really well. Very, very nice knees. You get a little bit of rotation due to the way the foot transforms here. Just everything you could ask for in terms of a posable version of a Generation 1 Prowl. Really can't complain. Nor should you. There's just nothing bad to say about this guy. I think he's better than Sideswipe. The only problem I have with this guy, and this could totally just be my version here, if you look at his helmet here, he didn't necessarily receive the cleanest of red paint apps. So I'll probably go over it a little bit with some white paint just to get rid of that extra red that's seeping on through. But overall, not bad. Quick look at the actual face here. It looks real solid. Mine looks like he's got a little bit of a scar that... Actually, I can't even see that in person. Yeah, I can't see that in person. I can see that mark on camera, but it certainly doesn't look anywhere near that bad in person. Yeah, way better than Sideswipe, whose eyes are just really recessed and you can't really see him. Prowl looks very vibrant, and I really like this guy. I think if you're a Prowl fan or you're a Masterpiece collector, then you absolutely have to be picking up Prowl. He's just great, and if you aren't a Masterpiece collector, well, you should still get Prowl, because he's still awesome. So before we take it out, let's get the one final size comparison that we should put in. And there's Optimus. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next week.